All right, hey y'all. So I am back again with another video. Today, maybe I should close my window because you can hear everything that's going on outside. So give me just a second. Okay, there. So anyway, today, I wanted to talk about a concert that I went to. So I'm real big on concerts. I love music. And I've been to 3 concerts within the last month. So I went to see Tyler, the Creator, which was amazing. Then I saw Steve Lacy this past Saturday, and that was super chill. And then I went to one more concert that was kind of unintentional, but it just happened, and I was like, fine, I'll just go with the flow. So I went to Kanye West Sunday Service that was at the Aretha downtown. I am personally not a fan of Kanye West. Haven't been since like, I don't know. It's been a while. Like ever since he's been like riding that Yeezy wave, like I just kind of like good on that. But anyway, so I didn't plan on going, but my job just so happens to be right around the corner from Shane Park, the Aretha, and me and a couple of my supervisors were at work, and it's a really nice day outside, and we knew like the concert was going to be happening. And one of my supervisors actually asked me that morning to go try to get some tickets for everybody. So as soon as I got to work, I just went down there. There was a big group lined up. It was the choir that, the people that auditioned to be in the choir. I saw one of my friends in the choir, so I spoke to him. And then I literally like tried to chase down this man for some tickets that he was supposedly out of. I was just planning on getting the tickets for them. I didn't want to go. They could just go if they wanted to. So I was trying to get the tickets for them. But there weren't any tickets left. So I came back. And at about like 2-ish, we heard the choir singing from where we were working at. And they sounded beautiful. Like I will give them that. Like they sounded amazing. And one of my supervisors, he actually is kind of a fan of Kanye. So he was like, come on, like, let's just go. We're right there. It's free. Like, why not? So I'm just like, all right. I mean, I'm not really doing anything else anyway. So, okay, I'll just give it a chance. Although I really wasn't for this whole Sunday service thing. Like, let me at least give it a chance before I just shut it down. So we got our free tickets. I was surprised that there were even free tickets left. But we went to the box office, got the tickets, and we walked straight in. So there were lots of people, of course, lots of people of all colors, Black, white, Asian, Latino, whatever. It was all kinds of people in there. But the general consensus was that they were all young. So they were all like, 20s and, maybe some 30s. But I knew that most of these people were there for Kanye because they were fans. That's really one of the biggest reasons why people were there. He had his choir singing. They did like some mashups of like different songs. Like they would turn like secular songs, like just like regular songs. And then they would remix it into like gospel songs. So if you haven't seen any of the videos of his previous Sunday services in different states, they would do like a mashup. And sometimes they would even like intermingle some of his music into it, which wasn't really a fan of, but I mean, it was his concert. So, please do what you want. But anyway, we got there. There weren't like any seats available. So we kind of just stood and watched. So the choir sang like a couple selections, and then Kanye he didn't say anything, but it was kind of just like an order of service. The singer sang, and then this white pastor from LA came up. And he started, like reading a verse from Isaiah and, just trying to give like a message to people who weren't necessarily there for the message. So a lot of people kind of, zoned out once he started talking, because they were there to see the singers. They were there to see Kanye. They weren't there, to really be preached to. I will say I do appreciate the attempt in having a preacher there so that it really does feel like a Sunday service. But a lot of those people, it was going in one ear and out the other. And this is my thing. I'm all for people who want to bring non-believers closer to Christ, okay? Like, there's no judgment there. Like, I think that that's a great thing, a very noble thing to do. But my issue is, it's Kanye. And what do we know about Kanye? Kanye literally changes his opinions, his perspectives on things every other day. Like, he changes underwear, he changes his opinions on something, whether it's politics, religion, just really anything. Like, him, buddying it and chopping it up with Trump, like, and acting like they're best friends. And then the next minute, the whole thing just disappears. But what do you know? His album is about to drop in a couple days. So he's gonna make a whole scene about it. And then this whole gospel choir stunt and Jesus this and Jesus that. You're dropping an album called Jesus is King. This is why you did this. This is another publicity stunt. And I just think it's whack. Like, I just think it's whack. That's just my opinion. Like, I respect artists more for believing things that I don't necessarily believe in, but staying true to those things. Like, I get if you're changing your views on things because you're growing, but I don't feel like he's doing this as an effort to grow. He's doing this because he's just riding a wave so that everybody can follow him. The masses will follow him and his album sales will jump. And I just think that's kind of crappy, especially with me being a believer. And while I was at the concert, it was just kind of hard for me to get into. Like, the singers were doing great. I always love, a good tune. I love great, singing, great music. All of that was beautiful, but it really doesn't mean as much when you don't really know where that person's heart is at. I don't really know where Kanye's heart was at. I don't know. Maybe he could have been sincere about it. But for me, spiritually, I just felt like it wasn't there. When the guy was preaching, he wasn't even paying attention. Like, I literally watched him. He's looking down the whole time. He's got his daughter in his lap. She was probably playing a game on his phone or God knows what. I don't know. But he didn't seem present at all. It was just kind of like, we're here, And once again, I did not see the entire concert. We kind of walked in towards the back end of it. So maybe he could have been, engaged in the beginning. I could be wrong. But from what I saw, it just seemed like it was just kind of like, I'm doing this for everybody else, but it ain't really doing anything for me. And that's where I kind of felt conflicted as a Christian. Like, are you really trying to bring souls to Christ and uplift them? Or are you just doing this because it seems nice for the moment? And then tomorrow you're going to say you're atheist, because that's definitely a Kanye move. And even if you are a fan, you know that he would pull something like that. And people will still follow him. And I'll say this. I'm not going to act like I don't support or listen to problematic artists, okay? Tyler, the Creator, is one of my favorite artists. And he is one of the most problematic people ever, okay? He's said a lot of not great stuff in the past. He's a troll, okay? So I will give it that. I definitely have my flaws when it comes to supporting certain artists, but I feel like with him, he has grown as a person. He came out as gay. He used to say homophobic slurs all the time, and then he finally came out the closet. That's really what his defense mechanism was, and I'm not saying that's right by any means, but that's growth. And he's okay with showing people that, hey, I used to do stupid stuff back in the day and I'm still childish to an extent, but I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm comfortable with what I believe in now, and I'm growing as a person. And he's been consistent with it since Flower Boy and on. He's been pretty consistent about that. But Kanye, it's frustrating with him because he's just all over the place. And it's just like he doesn't really know who he is. He doesn't know what he wants. Like, you don't have to have it all figured out by any means, but you're playing with fire, man. Like, you're playing with politics. You said that slavery was a choice, and then you took it back and started crying, and now you back to the Jesus walks thing again. And I just feel like Jesus hasn't walked in your life in years, and I really hope that he genuinely is walking his way back into your life for you to be doing all of this. I even read an article yesterday that he said that he was going to stop making secular music and only stick to gospel music. That's very hard to believe coming from Kanye, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. He's a wild card. So I don't know, but I just had to kind of let out my opinion about the whole thing because I know that this is a big thing in the news. He's still doing his Sunday services. And I know a lot of people that wanted to go, couldn't make it, didn't get a ticket. But I just so happened to be right in the middle of it. So I went, just to kind of check it out, give it a chance first. Even when I don't agree with things, I always try to give it a chance. And so in that situation, I did try to give it a chance. And like I said, those singers are very talented, but I don't think that they reached the purpose that they were trying to reach with the whole Sunday service. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think so. And I just don't know that his heart is really in the right place. So that's just my whole opinion on it. If you guys have comments or you have opinions or anything like that, even if you went to the Sunday service, leave your comments below. Definitely tell me what you think. It's up for debate. This is my opinion. There's no right or wrong answer, but I just kind of had to give out my perspective. So I'd love to hear you guys's, opinions and stuff like that about it. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I'll check back in with you later.